Welcome to yet another exciting episode of Retrospect. Today we want to tackle leadership and legacy. We want to understand whether those legacies are worthwhile. But before we get into that, here is our reporter with more.
Politics has been known to be a stormy sea, and right here at Daystar University, the story is no more different. Every year, there are vigorous campaigns with hopefuls vying for various positions. Nonetheless, the question on legacy remains uncertain. When student leaders are inaugurated, it is the beginning of a long journey. The Constitution may govern their responsibilities, but beyond that, there is need to establish who or what they want to be remembered for. While achievements may be the traditional measure of fulfilled leadership, in an institution of higher learning where there is more political awareness, competency is a huge factor to consider. The Daystar University Students Association term is only 1 year, which leaves the governing students with very minimal time to leave a long-term legacy.
I think they changed the tone of student politics in Daystar. They picked up from, it was a difficult time in student politics when they picked up the mantle. They've worked at making student politics more sane, more mainstream, ensuring that everyone has a chance to contest in student politics, not just those who have the biggest financial resources.
About the Dusa government and if they have a legacy, I doubt it. I have not seen anything that will ever make me remember them. Yes, I might know them as individuals, but I don't think they've done anything to make the school as a whole remember them.
With varied opinions, I managed to speak to political specialists on the aspect of leadership and legacies.
I think that a legacy is very, very important for every leader worth his salt. Why? If there is going to be a legacy, there has to be a vision. And leadership is all about identifying a need and fulfilling that need. Get me? It is about finding issues that in the past have not been solved and trying to solve them in the unique, in the simplest way possible and involving people. And I think it is very, very important.
It's very important, sir. One, because there are other people you are leaving behind and you are leaving a model through which they have to pass through. That model must inform them of what they believe and what they do based on what you did. Two, you must leave theories. And again, apart from theories, explanations of how things and decisions were taken. If you don't do that, then you are not like, let me say, you are not giving a platform for growth. Yeah. Those who are coming after you must do better than you did. How else do they do better if you don't leave them a legacy? How you took decisions, why you took them, at what time you took them, with whom did you take those decisions with? So you see, a leader does not function in a vacuum. He functions with other people. And so we will grade you based on who you are with, the context in which you functioned, the decisions you took, and how those decisions benefited the community. Now, that is what those ones coming after you will take. And so it's important that you leave a good legacy, not just a legacy.
It is indeed true that leadership is not merely an outline of responsibility, but an establishment of character. People will know you by the name you give them. For Retrospect, I am Josephine Gala.
Welcome to In Retrospect. Today we are going to talk to a very interesting man. He has been a student leader for Daystar University Athi River for 2 years. And apart from that, he's also the CEO and Executive Director for the Signature Journal. He has also been nominated for several awards this May, ranging from Student Leader of the Year, among many others. Welcome, Mr. JB.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
2 years into office.
Yeah.
What have you done?
2 years in office, I think we've achieved a lot. I can go through all we've achieved, but the thing I'm most proud of is we've brought student government closer to the students. We have made sure that we've kept most of our promises. We have tried our best to be able to give hope to students who did not find a home here in Daystar in terms of figuring out how they can be able to get fee and we have tried to nurture talent in different ways. We have done our best in ensuring that we are always there to be able to attend to the issues that the students face.
Okay, according to a survey that was done by a student body, actually it is a student paper, Politics Avenue.
Yeah.
The numbers that they have is that 57% said that they are not satisfied with the president, or rather the body that you served under, the DUSA, and 43% said yes, that they actually were happy with the progress that you guys did. What do you have to say about that?
You know, I can't speak for every single person. When you're leaving office, there's so many views about what you've done, how you've done it.
But 53% is actually a big number.
53%.
It's more than half of the school, more than half of the students. But it was sent to students around this university.
I would like to know all those people who voted in terms of that. But however, even for other established democracies, let alone just student politics, opinion polls can't represent something. They can't represent a view, they can't represent all these things, but of course not a true account. For the 43% or 53%, all I can say is there are people who have agreed with us, with what we've done, and there are those who haven't. But that being the proper account of what is there, I don't really think so.
Voice of the voiceless. What do you have to say about them?
I would be happy that the voice of the voiceless would come out and identify themselves and have a cup of tea and talk about what you wrote. I think it's something, for me, it's both humorous, hilarious in so many ways, but it also has some truth.
Okay.
And
which truth was it?
And noticing that there are differences, especially in our executive team, is one of them. And I think that's something I was picked on directly. And I appreciate the fact that sometimes we can't say the best kind of things in the best kind of way. But what I know is in life, you are always given a chance to be able to respond to something. And if you want to be able to bring out your view about a certain issue, you're supposed to do it with respect and honor. That's the best way it can be handled. But choosing to call people chickens and all those kind of things, just for me is mere stupidity to a large extent. Again, I don't think that this guy, the person who did this, is awfully wrong in everything he stated. There's some things he stated there which I think as a student government we would have done better.
Can you kindly say some of the things?
I think Culture Week could have been better, the way it was handled and managed. I believe that as a team we would have tried our best to be united for this 1 year. We would have done more if we were united. So I can't just brush it all away and say that this guy did. But there's some things he said in that paper that I couldn't agree with at all.
Some students term you as a typical politician on your day-to-day life.
Wow.
From the way you dress, the way you talk, and not a student leader who sides with the students.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I think that's not true in so many ways.
But this is a political office.
It is. But I don't say that politics does not play a part. Politics forms the basis of everything in life. It forms the basis of our families. It forms the basis of our church. There's politics in church. Everywhere there's politics. So when you differentiate, when you take politics and just brand it as a whole bad thing, it's very wrong, because politics is just part and parcel of life. But I think there's a new tone to politics that I've created. It doesn't have to be about pessimism. It doesn't have to be about negligence, ignorance, all these kind of things. And that's something that I've really, really worked hard to show. And I worked hard on myself to be able to prove. I listen. I've listened to, in so many ways, even to the person who founded this great institution, to understand what it means to be a leader, what it means to be able to put yourself out there and do things. I don't think I'm close to a typical politician in so many ways. I don't say that blowing my own trumpet. I say that because of what I believe.
Thank you so much. That has been Mr. John Brian Oyaro.
Utamaduni unaendelezwa. guys, we are here in Imani Hostel on Daystar, and I'm here with my two colleagues, Collins and Morris. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And I'm here today to ask them a very vital question on what do they think about the legacy that JB has left. So we'll start here with our friend Collins.
What I think about
What do you think, Collins? What do you think?
I think JB has left a two-term legacy where he hasn't achieved everything that he said he would, but he's absolutely he's set a pace and he has raised the bar so high that he has literally given everybody who's coming after him a run for their money. Yeah, so I think he's just left his name stuck somewhere in history.
Oh, nice. Now, you've heard from Collins. Let us jump to my other friend, Morris.
Yes.
Yes.
Personally, I think JB, individually as a student, he's done so much, especially with Signature Journal, basically showing us that as a student president, he did more than just be president. He had a personal thing going on, and Signature Journal will always be part of his legacy. And in Daystar, always the SOEA is one of the events that students judge the performance of the student president on. And so far with the venue that we had this time, although things weren't perfect, but JB has really upped the standards for the next president. So yes, the bar is set very high, and he's set a legacy for excellence, and we should be emulated by everyone.
Oh, thank you so much, Morris. It was great to have you. It's great to have you. So there you have it. But to finish off this small little interview, my opinion is that JB has set the bar. He's left a standard that needs to be fitted with. And for the next generation of leaders, I think they are ready from what JB has left. And I feel
That is all we had for you today. Do join me next time, same place, same time. My name is Harrison Masharia.